Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Lesson Non-Classics. This is episode number 2801 and Doubleshot 2695. First, we're discussing a Nightwing trade. This is actually going to be the one of two ever trades that collect issues from Devin Grayson's run that's not part of the War Games crossover. This is called Mobbed Up. It collects issues 107 to 111 of Volume 2. Now, here's my problem with these things. So, most of the storyline, this is on the covers, Dick Grayson's in his Nightwing costume. In the main story, he doesn't put the costume with the penultimate issue of the storyline. So, he's sort of joining the mob for reasons. He's also on crutches. Presumably because after he took on Tarantula, he basically injured himself. So, he joins up with them, and apparently he and Burr broke up at some point. Don't know when. He also, first thing he does is that he just beats up some guy who's got a wife, who's got a girlfriend and child. And he tells him afterwards, like, no kids. Like, don't make your kids around. Yeah, he just breaks the guy's leg, doesn't exactly kill him. And apparently this gang gets connected to Black Mask for some reason. Yes, Black Mask, and the fact he's kind of working with the BPD, the Police Department. Kind of. They barely play a role in this story. My gosh. And Tim asks, what the heck are you doing, dude? And, of course, he has Tim to stay out of this. It's a very confusing storyline. And the whole thing leads into him basically having a conversation with Deathstroke. Yes, so he did all this to get Deathstroke attention. That's the reason for it. I'm like, seriously. You did all the mob stuff just to get Deathstroke attention. Well, we'll find out in the final story arc of Devin Grayson's run, because she leaves as soon as the next arc is concluded, which starts from issue 112 and ends with 117. I do like the artwork of the storyline, yes. If you're really curious who does the artwork for this thing, it is mostly done by Phil Holster, who's a great artist, who is actually, he did some of the artwork here. They do have Cliff Chang, but Phil Holster, he himself, like I said, amazing artist. And currently he's doing the art for Green Arrow. Though in August, I think it's August, no, it's September, I think it is, where he's taken issue off. He did the cover for upcoming issue 16, but he did not do the interior for some reason. Alright, so next up we're going to discuss issues from Green Arrow, Volume 2, issues 102 to 120, along with Green Lantern, issues 76 and 77. I'll get to the reason for it. So, we are introducing these issues to... Well, the first two issues are part of Underwood Unleashed. Now, Jim Pero has left the... he's no longer the artist of these issues. Yes, it is a guy by the name of Rafael Damagigo. So, it's basically Connor versus a Leopard Man for two issues. Yep. And that's kind of what the first two issues are. Like, okay, so we have Connor as the Green Arrow, officially with issue 102... And he basically has signed on Unleashed, which is not bad. Necron Chorus period because of Unleashed. Next, move on to the first ever meeting between Kyle Rayner and Connor Hawk. Which, of course, Connor has no idea who the heck Kyle Rayner is. So, yeah. The bad thing about this storyline is that this issue, aside from the fact that kind of basically, like, it's a okay storyline issue. I don't think it's terrible. It's just that they're not getting along with each other. They have a much better interaction later on. And then, like, okay, so after the two-part storyline with Underworld, then we have a team with Kyle Rayner, and now we have a team up here with Tim Drake Robin. Not bad for Chuck Dixon to do that. And of course, Batman's here as well. There's also an appearance in this issue here, in the following issue, by Rose and Thorn, which, in the showcase book I reviewed last time I talked about this, she was mistaken for Poison Ivy just because she has red hair and wears a green suit. Yeah, this issue was a lot of fun, and we got a chance to meet Connor's mom for the first time, Sandy Hawk. Very lovely lady. Now, Connor is supposed to be biracial. I think that Sandy is supposed to be, I think it's either Asian or Hispanic. I don't really know. But, so basically 106 is basically a boxing issue. Yeah. And that leads to issue 107. By the way, at this point in time, there's no more annual for the book. Because we're in the year of 1996. Yeah, after number 7, there's no more annuals. Yeah, last year was released in 1995. Next year, it come out into 2015. The obvious question is, why the heck did Green Arrow take 20 years to have another annual? Unknown. Completely unknown. The rest of this volume has no more annuals. You could release another annual, but you didn't. Volume 3 has 0 annuals. Volume 4, 0 annuals. Green Arrow Black Canary, 0 annuals. Volume 5, 1 annual. Volume 6, 1. Actually, I think it's more like 2. 2 annuals. So what's the deal with 107? It's just Connor hanging out with these Elvis impersonators, and well, there's an interesting conclusion. This one, he does remember Eddie fires by the end of this, and then in 108, he goes Metropolis. Yes, he goes Metropolis, and we guest star Thorn in this issue. Yep. Now you might be thinking, it's Metropolis. Does he run the Superman in these issues? Well, you're about to find out. Excuse me. Yeah. Does he meet him in 109? Nope, not really. And then right after this, then we have a 3-parter. Yes, actually more like a 4-parter. We have Hard Traveling Heroes Next Generation, where part 1 is in Green Lantern, volume 3, number 76, where the cover is a clear homage to Neil Adams' classic Green Lantern, volume 2, number 76. Now, Ron Mars ready to issue Paul Belief to an artwork. Chuck Dixon went into this storyline on this podcast. This was a second meeting between Connor and Kyle. Now, here's the dumb thing. The editor of Green Lantern mistakenly assumed Connor was gay. So, get this. The editor wanted Connor to kiss Kyle as his first kiss to try it out. According to Chuck, Ron said nothing. Absolutely nothing in this conversation. And Chuck's like, that's a bad idea. That's a terrible idea. After some back and forth, they quashed that idea. Yes, that was an idea that the editor of the Green Lantern book at this time wanted to do. He wanted these two to make out, all because of the mistaken assumption that Connor was gay. He is not gay. He is, from what I can tell, purely straight. Eddie Fires is just basically like a close friend of his. They're not lovers. There's no hint at it all. That's kind of basically how they write him here. So yeah, Connor shows up here. And this Ron Martin. Oh, the editor, Kevin Dooley. So yeah, you could thank him for that stupid idea. And thank you, Chuck Dixon, for quashing it, because that went stupid. Basically, this is a much better interaction. Because it's a bit rushed, and the big thing with the storyline is Kyle was looking for his father. Alan Rayner, and somehow Eddie Fires knew him in the Vietnam War. Yep, and then of course we have Connor and Kyle flying in the jet where the pilot looks like Lady Blackhawk. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's like she's so scared. Like, it's like all she is wearing is a jacket. Like, no shirt, no bra. And of course, we have a flashback to when Hal and Oliver basically do the hard traveling stuff. Look up, this does not take a freaking year. This is only a quick 4-parter. And then you have Kyle just hitting on a waitress, ordering food. And then something really stupid happens. The sheriff, being very rude, walks up to Kyle, all because he looks a little different, and tells him to leave. He's like, your choice. On your feet, son. Let's leave this in. And he says, get your hands off me. We ordered food. We're going to sit here and eat it. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me, boy? Not deaf for nothing. I said you're going to move on. No need your kind here. I'm sure you understand that part. Their food's ready. They won't be staying, Christy. I think I'll speak for everybody. Give it a chance before now go back. I said, no. You don't know who you're messing with, Deputy Fife. Oof. And Kyle lets out a humongous rant against this guy. He says this. We came in here to eat, flirt with the waitress a little, and you're forming a lynch mob. Just because we're not around here because we look a little different for what's wrong with you people. Just some narrow-minded jerk with a badge and a gun decides he doesn't like us all of a sudden because we're a public menace and you got the right to hassle us. It doesn't work that way. So you're supposed to push people around whenever you feel like it. You don't think you're going to push back. Let me tell you something, Dad. Six is dead. You're in for a surprise. All you understand is force. Fine. Hey, you punches a cop. Have some. And Kyle's like, great. Oof. And barroom fight. Bam, bam, bam. And like everybody's out cold. Now, yes, Kyle did strike an officer. But he was being rude. Not the waitress. Not the cooks. Not the manager. The local law enforcement. What Kyle said was correct. Yes, this guy was a complete moron. And here's the thing. You're kind. Okay. This is probably, this is, of course, this issue is written by Ron Martz. So I'm not going to blame Chuck Dixon for this. This is not his writing here. So I'm going to blame Ron Martz for this. Because, okay, I'm sure some towns in the South probably talk that way to some people who are not from there. But not everybody. Nope. So it was like, for somebody who wanted to leave when I ain't in trouble. He's like, I didn't learn keto just so I could be a brawler. And then Kyle just puts his ring back on. And probably takes and just walks out. I'm like, Kyle, what about your food? Yes. Like, here's the thing. Kyle himself, like, any place he can go, he'd be perfectly fine. Why? Because the sheriff is like, is he a pretty boy? Oh, perhaps the fact he doesn't know the fact that he at one point dated Wonder Woman. Or the fact he's going to be dating Donna Troy. Or the daughter of Alan Scott Green Lantern. Connor, maybe, but by the way, this is the 1990s. Yeah, that talk from the police officer was completely necessary. Like, I would have taken up with basically a federal judge and have the guy arrested basically for harassment. So they go visit basically, presumably, Kyle's father's house. But he's not there. The house was sold to somebody else. And they go on the truck, go to Desolation, which continues over in Green Lantern number 110. Which this cover here is a nod to, I think it was excuse me, I think it was issue 80, I think it was. Yeah. The cover itself is a homage to the debut of Jon Stewart. That's mostly put exactly what this cover is. So you have a flashback to Oliver and Kyle, and then we have Kyle driving a very futuristic. Basically, you could say Kyle is driving the Green Lantern mobile. Yes. So yeah, let's go to the Desolation Town. He'll run over. And it's not a little more reasonable last time they went to. Yes. Yeah, apparently the son's got CTV. Some young punks were checking out. You see him turn down the animal chases like a yellow chicken? Then it's served. Then he returned with Judge. People around the clock watching us too. Your Honor, Your Honor. Okay, so since when does a judge have the authority to order a round-the-clock watch on two random people who just walked into town just because they turned down ambulance chasers? What? Yeah, the guy's line's like, and all because he's looking for Alan Rayner. So then the police officer just happened to show up, and then you have Eddie talking to some other people. And then, for some reasons, they put on their costumes. And then police officers just walk up with guns, shotguns. Now, by the way, this is very familiar, because this happened also in Justice League 2. Steel was just walking in a superhero costume, not bother anybody, and they're here looking for Kyle's father. Superheroes, right? Good guys. You don't mind telling us you have business in Dissolution. So they're just looking for... Shut up, Arrow. You arrest this sheriff? I can find a reason I want to. Then the other way you can ask us questions. If you are under arrest... And of course they have a swoop bike, and of course they fly away. Like, unlawful arrest, police brutality, reckless endangerment. Yeah, it's like the cops read this book be so stupid. Yeah, this is all Chuck Dixon to this point. And I think this is, yeah, basically Gunfire shows up. Yes, freaking Gunfire. Who he takes out, and then of course we continue over to Green Lantern 77. Which, in case you're curious, unlike the first two parts, is this a homage to anything? No, not that I could think of. It mostly like Kyle and Connor fighting in space. So eventually they finally find his father. He looks like some guy with a mustache. Yeah, what those two are. Look at somebody who. You. Me? You're Alan Rayner, right? That's why I tell people. How do you know my name? You're my father. You're Kyle! Yeah, I'm your son. I think I'll let you guys talk alone. Take your time, okay? No rush. Thanks. You're Marius' son? Marius' son, your son? You get the part where you walked away from us 20 years ago? My son is a superhero. Right in the first try. Not much you care. You should, Kyle. I am glad to see you. Very glad. What's it all about? Nothing can tell you, sorry. Post down there, you're Johnny Walden, right? Used to be. Long time ago, I started here in Dissolution. Maverick got saved from hanging by the ones who were Green Lantern. Ooh, interesting. So, Green Lantern 2, 3, 4. I had run a few albums, tours. Apparently, he apparently knew him. At least you got this club, right? Yeah, this club. Like I'm not. And of course, he just drinks, just puts his drink down, walks away. And Alan's like, why? It's a simple question for a complex answer. Your mother told you I was in the military. I'm sure she knew that much. But it wasn't her jelly. When I was your age, I wanted this other country. I want more than anything else. I started out working in the army. We have intelligence corps, so I married your mother somewhere along the way. Eventually worked one of those alpha agencies. The ones you know by the letters and their names. Not really important. Important to America safe and strong. When you were just a baby, they asked me to do a job that I could never go back home. Never. Never could know your true name, mother. Hard decision. Says duty. American Navy. Mom needed you. I needed you. And he's like, I'm going to ask you to forgive me, so let's try to understand. In a way, I was keeping your mother safe. I was keeping America safe. And it shows like a special base. Like, America. It's like, and like, ooh, we have this hot babe. Who's got lots of guns. See, it's interesting. And then we go to space here. Or, yeah, now we have the punching here. Then we have this, we have, smooch. And this is kind of weird. Connor just walks in the room, gets kissed by a woman. It's actually the one they just saw. Yep, and continue on in Green Arrow 111. Which is inclusion story. It actually is the first of 2 crossovers he has with the Green Lantern series. Your time he did with Flash. So, and they have this. She's trying to seduce Connor, and then like a bunch of soldiers burst in their room. Like confirm targets, and of course. Of course, she takes a knife and stabs him in the foot, and then you have Connor just. It looks like he just took his quiver and whacked the soldier across the room. Yes, his quiver. I can sell it. They go, of course, they try to escape. Eddie. Basically, it sounds like he's a politician. And then, basically, a Green Lantern Rhino busts the wall. Like, what? Yeah, and of course, Alan's like, your friend's a traitor. That's bull. And you're telling me it's time for confessions past? Connor is a traitor because he has his own mind? This guy's really? Really? How about his whole communication network? And Crackshot, like, the only thing she has in mind is having sex with Connor Hawk. Well, if that happens, basically, that means Oliver Queen will become a grandfather when he gets resurrected. But that doesn't happen. That would be interesting. Yes. Imagine Oliver comes back to life, finds, oh crap, I'm a grandpa. Though he kind of is a grandpa, thanks to Roy Harper and Leanne Harper. So it's like, yeah, he survives, but then he just kind of dies. And then Crackshot goes off on the girls with him and says, Madeline. And then, like, and it goes salutes. And then we go into a story called Lion in the Sand. Yes, the Lotus Seed. Yep, it's basically Connor and Eddie going to, looks like China for the next few issues. Yep, China. Which I find that to be interesting. And it's still the same creative team, but I really love that crossover. And it's mostly put them hanging at this temple where Connor's being seduced by the person in the temple. It's last for a couple issues. And then we have a final night tie-in. Yes, a final night tie-in. And they go in Japan, dealing with some Chinese gang. And then we have the Iron Death, which lasts for 3 issues. Yeah, this is where Black Canary returns to the series with Oracle. Yeah, it's a quick 3-part story. I thought this book was This book is just a lot of fun. Yeah, and of course you have Connor finding a dinosaur. And then here's the weird thing. So we have it where he goes to the jungle and finds a guy like, oh crap, is that my dad? And he meets him and is like, no, I'm not your father. My name is Travis Morgan, the Warlord. What? Yeah. Chuck Dixon brought back Warlord for the series. First time since like issue like 22. Yeah, first time in like 10 years he brought back this title. And he just wandered back to surface again. I thought this was really cool. It's an excellent 2-parter. I think of all people, Travis Morgan, the Warlord? Yeah, this is revealed at the end of issue 119 and then basically 120. It reveals his history with of course, Green Arrow, which I thought was so cool. And then after this, he never returned the title ever again. Not really, no. But these issues were fun. I love these issues. I'm going to give these issues a 10 out of 10. So, my next round with this one basically will finish up this book and Devin Grace one for Green Arrow. For Nightwing. And then basically after that, it's like 3 trades, and that's it for Nightwing. In case you're curious though, what's your place in this book when it's finished up? Green Lantern. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit this like button. I'll probably see you all tomorrow for my next comic corner. Okay, next video. Bye.